In this video, I'll go over some fragrances that I have in my collection that have gotten me some compliments over the years. Now there's plenty of them, so I'm not going to do too many. I think it's around 10 or 12 or so. If you're interested, stay tuned. Hello and welcome. It's Peter from Centrail. If you're new on this channel, I want to give you a warm welcome. If you're back, it's good to see you again. On this channel, we talk about fragrances, designer, niche, so on and so forth, you know, notes, that sort of thing. So if you love fragrances or you just want to smell nice, maybe you're looking for a gift, consider subscribing. There's also a little bell next to the subscription button. Don't forget to hit that one and it'll notify you of further videos. I want to thank you in advance. And now let's get into some fragrances that have gotten me compliments over the years and may get you some as well. There are many reasons to wear a fragrance nowadays. Me, I usually wear one fragrance at least every day. On most days, I wear multiple ones. And that's not only because I'm testing them on various spaces to try to see what they project and how long they last and how they develop, but I also like throughout the day changing my fragrance as my mood changes and the day progresses. Which one I wear largely depends on what I do that day and what my mood is. I usually pick out my fragrances the night before for in the morning, just as I do with my clothing. And then as the day progresses, when I get home from work, etc., I might switch into something else, and I have various fragrances at work as well. Also, nowadays, I exclusively wear fragrances for myself. And I exclusively wear fragrances because of what I want to wear, and it doesn't matter whether they're summer fragrances, I wear them in the winter, or winter fragrances, I wear them in the summer. I'm always looking forward to different seasons, of course, as we all do in the fragrance world, but I wear whatever I want, whenever I want it. It's the luxury of being self-employed. And with most things, some fragrances always get attention, and they tend to give me compliments, whether I'm walking by, passing by, and somebody asks me what I'm wearing, or whether it's in a conversation and somebody says, "You smell nice, what is that?" The fragrances are not in any kind of order. There's no list, it's not from best to worst. They're literally just fragrances that give me compliments. The first one that I picked for this list is a relatively new one. It came out in 2019 and it's probably modeled, or pretty sure it's modeled after a famous fragrance called Creed Aventus. You already know what it is most likely if you're in this, if you have fragrances or you watch videos. And it is Mont Blanc and it's the Explorer. This relatively inexpensive fragrance really gets me a lot of compliments when I wear it. It has a really good dry down and it smells good from the moment you spray it on. It's kind of invigorating, and the bottle is not bad itself. There are also a couple of Armanis that give me compliments. One is Armani Code Absolute, and the other one is Armani Stronger With You, which was launched in 2017. Armani Stronger With You has a nice, comfortable, cozy feeling. Must be the cardamom, the chestnut, and the vanilla in this fragrance. It's always, when I wear this, I always get compliments. On most days. Not, of course, you're not gonna get compliments all the time, but as a whole, this one is really liked by many people and they will let you know that you smell nice. And the other Armani that gets me compliments is Armani Code Absolute. This one right here is not much lighter than Stronger With You, and it has some orange blossom and fruity notes at the top. It also has a good amount of tonka bean and vanilla. What gives Armani Code a real edge is it has suede in it, which kind of smooths out this particular code, and it's absolutely great. It's a good compliment getter. The next two fragrances are from YSL, or Yves Saint Laurent. Amazingly, the original La Nuit de l'Homme from 2009, I still wear it, I still love it with the cardamom note at the top. Gets me compliments if I wear it. This right here is an amazing date scent, and it is, to me, timeless. You can always wear this one. It's a great fragrance, and to me, it's a timeless one. For anyone who doesn't have La Nuit in their fragrance cabinet yet, if you just want a few fragrances for yourself, La Nuit is an exquisite one. It's a wonderful date fragrance, and always it gets me compliments. The next one is also on Yves Saint Laurent, and it is Y. This right here is the EDP. The EDP has some sage, some ginger, some tonka bean in it, and the olibanum in this one gives this one a great dry down. Now you can wear the EDP for office, for the warmer days. I gave the EDT away. I regret it now, and I think I'm going to repurchase it because I believe the EDT had ambroxan in it, and it was also very nice for the really hot days. But this is the EDP, and at the beginning I loved this one a little bit more. I need to repurchase the EDT. It's Yves Saint Laurent. Why? Always gets me compliments when I wear this one. That's the EDP. Another one with a great compliment factor, that's an eau de parfum, is Bleu de Chanel. Now this one is marketed towards men, but I have come across many women who love wearing Bleu de Chanel themselves. So I think this is a fragrance that smells great on women and men. The fruity mixture with aldehydes and incense in this one, also 3 kinds of wood, make this one of my favorites to wear. It is absolutely exquisite, and the dry down is just superb. It's one of my favorites. There's another Chanel that has an extremely big compliment factor, and it is Chanel Allure Um Sport Eau Extreme. This one with only a few notes will give you compliments all day long. It's an extremely easy wear. It is soft and smooth, and everyone that smells it just loves this fragrance. Allure Um Sport was created in 2012 by Jacques Polge, and with its 9 notes, it'll give you compliments wherever you go. Guerlain also has a wonderfully smooth one that will get you compliments. This is the 2012 EDP version of Guerlain La Mer EDP. This one has cherry and almond, and it's just such a divine fragrance. I enjoy Guerlain La Mer EDP the most as it moves towards the Bulgarian rose and incense, all the way down to the leather, tonka, and sandalwood. This is a great compliment getter. The next one is a fragrance by Azzaro. Azzaro is a designer that lived from 1933 till 2003, and he is most known for in the 60s and 70s for his avant-garde designs in clothes. The fragrance by Azzaro that I'm talking about is Wanted by Night. Now I have to be honest with you, when I first got this fragrance and when I first spray it, I don't really like the opening that much. It's a bit too fruity for me, but it doesn't take long for Azzaro Wanted by Night to kind of settle down a little bit, get away from the fruitiness, and the incense and the tobacco will appear. There's also ISOE Super in this fragrance, which really helps it get me an incredible amount of compliments. Now this one is loud and it lasts a long time, so easy on the sprayers, and it's best about a couple of hours after I spray it. It's a great fragrance if you want to get some compliments. It's Azzaro Wanted by Night. Now the next 2, since we're kind of loud and it lasts a long time and on the sweet side, we have of course Versace Arrows, and we have Versace Arrows Flame. Flame has mandarin orange, black pepper, and Versace Arrows, the original from 2012, has mint, green apple, and lemon. Both will dry down into a lovely tonka bean and vanilla. Both of these Arrows fragrances are great for a night out on the town. I did a comparison video of these 2 a while back. I will link it in the cards if you're interested. It'll go over the notes just a little bit better and kind of see how they differentiate. It's Arrows Flame and the original Arrows. And after you've gone out all night, and then in the morning and you're having coffee, maybe something sweet, there's a really good one out there called Uomo by Salvatore Ferragamo. This one right here is produced in 2016 by 2 perfumers. We have Alberto Morias and Aurélien Guichard. Uomo smells a lot like a dessert. If you've ever been to a coffee shop, a more luxurious one that sells great desserts, this one smells a lot like tiramisu, which is a coffee dessert that has some milk cream in it. So this one is milky, it's creamy, and it is sweet, and has a touch of coffee in it, even though it doesn't note the coffee in it, but it kind of comes across like the sweetness of tiramisu. Salvatore Ferragamo at first is really sweet, and it's a big sweet blast. But once the ambroxan starts taking over, turns this one into a compliment getter. Now, I don't know how many fragrances we went over, I didn't count them, but all of these have given me compliments in the past and continue giving me compliments. I still wear every single one of these fragrances whenever I feel like wearing them. Now, I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, go ahead and consider subscribing. Hit that little bell button in the bottom to make sure you get notified of further videos. I really appreciate it. I want to thank you in advance. Until the next time, I want you to take good care of yourself. Always smell nice, and I'll be back with another video soon. Until then, Centrail out.